There we go. Put on the wrong speakers. Sorry about that, folks.
Come on,
wow,
Ernie.
This is a great week. Great week.
What a way to start
We're
the show,
starting
you guys.
off as much as Sacred Heart started off for their game in women's
not
ice
the
hockey.
game.
Oh, we are going to have to get to that.
We
But
will.
first, I always have to throw it over to Gretchen. What happened this week in Colonial Sports? Give me the update on the women's scoreboard.
I have to say there's some irony this week in some of the sports. If you take a look at the women's basketball scoreboard, we played St. Francis last night. Extremely close game, 61-60 them. And if you ask Ernie, it was the result of the dumbest play in history. So I'm sure he will expand on that a little bit for us here in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
The leading scorer of this game was Monet Johnson with a total of 22 points. We also played Sacred Heart, and here's the ironic part, 61-60 again, them. What a bummer. Leading scorer of this was Callan Taylor with a total of 8 for 14 from the field, or from 3 and 2 for 5 from the field. Am I doing women's ice hockey too?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Okay.
Jump in there.
Sacred Heart, ending score of this game was 2-7 us. And Brianna, why do I always pronounce her name wrong? Brianne Delaney?
Delaney.
2 goals and 2 assists. So good for her. And then Sacred Heart, 0-12. Robert Morris. That has to be a record against the Pioneers.
Sacred Heart, right out of the gate, we're going to bring up 12-0.
Can't believe
as soon
that.
as we even, oh my God.
Anyways, that's about it for stats. Back to you, Ernie.
I want to give up some backstory before I say this. The first time I ever did highlights for RMU Live, I had to do a game 6-3 against Alabama Huntsville for men's hockey, where they came back in the third period. And I said,
we actually won a men's hockey game?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I don't blame you. But I said that time that was the craziest game that I have ever seen in my life. Not anymore. Oh my God. That was epic. 10 seconds in the game, a goal. And we actually
No, it was
have
8
Justin.
seconds.
8 seconds.
It was 8 seconds.
And
Second fastest goal.
8 seconds into the game, and I believe 6 seconds left in the game, we scored. That pretty much told the story. 12-0, a romp by the women's ice hockey team.
And if you guys are wondering who this is Justin. I forget your last name.
Downs.
He's the PA announcer for the Clearview Arena, and he does one heck of a job, I must say. And he also did he made tennis interesting for Colonial Sports Center last night.
Yes.
Tennis.
Interesting?
Yes.
Well, I tried my best. That was Nazari pulling a little plug there, I think, for the tennis team.
Oh, our favorite Ukrainian. We gotta talk about the Sacred Heart game.
The Sacred Heart hockey
Well,
game?
I gotta say Friday. It was really interesting because I've filmed that game for the show, for the TV show, and it was interesting because I was standing there and I'm like, oh, I always stand right in front of the ice. Everyone knows that goes there, sees me. I always do that shot.
Yep.
And I'm like, why is Red Pat? Oh my God, Danica's starting. The friend of the show is starting.
Canada.
I'll tell you, she didn't disappoint either.
No, she did
a
not.
heck of a job filling in for McLaughlin. She faced, I believe, 20 shots. Maybe you can help me out there with the stats. I want to say 22 saves that game. They helped her out, definitely. She had 12 goals to work with in that game, but nonetheless, a fine job.
Yeah, the second one was 21 saves because she was out for about 3 minutes because she was having a problem with her skate and I think it was her right pad.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And there's only one save though.
It was one save, but still.
Yeah, but not all the shots. I remember whenever Danica talked to us after the game, she was like, "You guys kept us more entertaining than Sacred Heart."
Oh yeah, I talked to her to Danica about it on Monday, and she was just thrilled that the two of us were up there just laughing our tails off the entire stinking game.
You could have heard me in the arena. I swear to God, on the ice, I was just
the
3 shorthanded goals, NCAA record.
Yeah. That one of which was on a backhander from her knees. Who the heck was it?
Oh, it was Sidney Crosby. It was Brianna Delaney.
Yeah, thank you.
I believe her second of the game. And Delaney was actually, if you didn't see it, folks, she was actually lying down in front of the net. There had been a shot. She got the rebound with her hand, passed it to herself, and then was able to whack it top shelf over top of the goaltender who stacked the pads. It was unbelievable. Sidney Crosby, as I said.
Josh, you've been here 5 seconds, and I already love you. You're amazing.
Whenever you graduate, he's taking over your
Dude, he's
position.
so taking my spot.
And I'll tell you what, I never thought when I started this job that I would mention Sidney Crosby in the same sentence as women's ice hockey, especially at Robert Morris. But they've certainly made
like we're Syracuse or something. Come on.
Oh, dude, don't compare us to Syracuse.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I should reach over and whack you for that one, dude. Seriously.
Danica was going to kill me last week for saying they would win the tournament.
But great stuff. Definitely make sure you head out. The guys play this
Turn his foot down
weekend.
there.
You know, definitely make sure you head out to the Clearview Ice Arena. Great stuff out
Bemidji?
there. We have Bemidji State this weekend. Big game for the guys. They close out their home season, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
That's
right.
Next weekend is going to be the women close out their season. That's going to be, I believe that's the same way as that against, I believe, Wayne State.
Yes, Wayne State.
Which I heard from the team players that they don't like Wayne State they don't like them more than Mercyhurst. I don't know what the proper
Is that
English
possible?
I don't know if that's possible.
Because we absolutely despise Mercyhurst.
Yeah, I was about to say they were the plan that Sarah and Brianna. I'm not telling you what it is, but it's epic. It's epic.
They were plotting that yesterday during a commercial shoot, weren't they?
And next week we're gonna have a commercial. We're gonna start playing, and oh god, it's epic.
It's
I'm not
hilarious.
telling you anything.
Epic is the word of the day, is it not?
Epic is Ernie's favorite word. You have to remember that. Epic is his favorite word.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Enough talking about good things that happen in Colonial sports.
We have to go to the best.
They are few and far between, and so we move to women's basketball, I guess.
The dumbest play in NCAA's women history.
Bump.
Oh my god.
This was the one against St. Francis, right?
What? No, this was last night's.
Oh, I missed that.
Sacred Heart.
I don't know what happened last night.
Yeah, that's what St. Francis was last night, wasn't it?
No,
No,
Sacred Heart.
you had them backwards,
Oh, I
but
had
it's the
them
same
backwards.
score anyway, so
and
who
all of
cares?
them at Sacred Heart. Oh my god, I still can't believe it.
Okay, Ernie, you gotta tell everybody what
Again,
happened because I
folks.
didn't
I'll
see
set
it.
this situation up here. Or if you want to, Justin.
Go for it, Ernie.
All right, we're down by 3 points. They shoot a free throw, and they throw the ball down. They inbound the ball, and they throw it down into the inside.
Now, hold on a second. I'm going to interrupt you here because there are 2 free throws being attempted, okay?
Yeah.
They're down by 1. The girl makes the first one. So at this point, Colonial fans, we have to be thinking, okay, the only thing that can possibly be going through your head for the second free throw.
Get that ball to
If
number
the ball
3.
goes in the net, we must inbound it with 5 seconds left, get the ball down the court, and have to fire a 3. 2's not going to get it done, folks. 2's not going to get it done. So, Ernie, what happens?
Why in the world did they throw it to Williams? Why are you not giving it to Sharday Logan? For the love of all things that are
Oh, the layup at the
Colonials.
end of the game.
The layup
right.
at the end of the game.
When I read about that online, I was like, something must have.
We were setting up for Colonial Sports Center, and the whole freaking newsroom was going insane. Like, what
Really?
were you thinking?
Oh, jeez. You know it's bad when you got the entire newsroom flipping out.
Newsroom, not just like me. Like, what the heck is going on? You have everybody's like, what are you doing?
You got the entire news crew if they're in there and something weird goes on.
No,
then
Justin, you
it's
sound
bad.
like you were at the game, or were you watching it on FSN?
I was watching it on FSN, and I got to say I wanted to pull my hair out when I saw. I didn't know. If you're a coach, you have to be telling your players at this point, if the free throw is made, we have to get 3. It's not an option.
And it's not like Coach Sal is not a rookie coach. This guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
It leads you to believe that it was the players. Because certainly it was a team effort to lose this game, especially the way they did.
Team effort to lose this game.
The only reason I say that is because even if you see the girl cutting into the paint to take the layup with less than 5 seconds remaining in the game, down by 3, why do you pass it to her? You have to pass the ball. Somehow you got to get the ball behind a 3-point line.
I mean, throw it to the bionic woman. I mean, I know I said that already, but Sharday Logan, she can make a 3 with her eyes closed.
Yeah.
I've seen her do it.
Unless they really thought that they were going to draw the foul.
That's what I'm...
Did we not talk about this last week?
Yeah, she can literally close her eyes and make a 3.
They have her on film doing that. And she was way off to the side, and all of a sudden, she's looking straight, but she just throws it up there. Went right in nothing but net.
The only thing I can think of that could anywhere
That was
near
amazing.
explain that is I don't know if there was any traffic in the lane or not, but maybe they were trying to get a foul to try and get
No,
the freebie
and
free
I'll
throw.
tell you-
She was about as wide open
Okay,
as...
see, I didn't see the game, so I don't have a clue. But I'm just trying to think of scenarios on why they would have thrown in the paint instead of shoot the 3
You know,
ball.
you could be up all night trying to think about a scenario why they did it. However, you know, we are being a little harsh on them. They only lost by 1.
Right.
Tough, hard-fought game. Monet had a heck of a game, I believe. Her 10th straight double-double, I want to say.
14th straight.
14th straight double-double, 22 points, 10 rebounds. And that was only the beginning. I mean, really, a very good stat line. The Colonials shot pretty well from the field. You know, what do you do?
Whoa. Which game are you talking? Wait, you're talking about last night?
Yes, last night.
Monet, she had 14 points and 10 boards.
14 points and 10
14
boards.
and 10 boards. 14th double-double of the season. Fourth straight, and she also had career highs with 7 assists and 3 steals. So Monet had one heck of a night last night.
That's all.
That's a pretty good night. That's a pretty good night.
Yeah, I mean, is that all?
Oh, definitely sarcasm in my voice there.
Yeah, just a little.
Monet, if you're listening out there, a heck of a job, girl.
Yeah, we love you.
We do. It's just, I wouldn't be as harsh if it wasn't the 3rd loss in a row. That's why I'm as harsh as I am now, because it's like you can't lose 3 straight in this time of the season.
No.
They were number 2. They're sliding down the 4. I mean, you got to have the home court advantage when it comes to the NCAA tournament. I mean, it's one of the biggest things in any basketball tournament. That's the biggest thing you need is home court, I think. Like, number 1. And they're just keep on falling backwards, and it's driving me nuts. Because they were 1 at one point in their season. It's like watching the Penguins. They're just falling down.
Down. Yeah. But you know what? I'm sure they'll turn around. I'm sure
is there anything that you saw on Monday's game?
Monday's game?
Since we're talking about St. Francis of New York.
Oh, well, it was played at the Pope Center.
The Pope Center.
And you know how much I love just mentioning the fact that it's the Pope Center because it's St. Francis, New York. So it's one of those things that I just find amusing. Pope Center.
As opposed to St. Francis of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I don't even know where the heck they play. St. Francis Gym, maybe? I don't know.
Not the Seawall Center, we know that.
The Seawall Center.
Seawall.
Yeah.
Is it Seawall or Swell or?
It's Sewell.
The technical name
Pronounces
is the Soul Center.
Soul Center.
Soul. Yeah.
I pronounce it the Mike Rice Building because that's what's going to be named after in a couple of years. He keeps on doing what he's doing.
It'll probably be like Mike Rice Court. It'll
Rice
probably be Mike Rice Court at the Charles L. Sewell Center.
Something like that. Anyway.
That's kind of scary that I knew all that off the top of my head. Oh, well, let's just go back through the entire week in sports, or the week in women's basketball, since I got loads of notes we can go through.
I love how you are the stat master.
Yes, Ernie's looking at my stats. I have a full notebook page of notes for these 3 games. This is amazing. So we'll start back with Saturday against the afternoon game against Central Connecticut State. That was the 76-63
Blue
loss.
Devils, baby! Sorry.
What was that for?
The Blue Devils.
Okay.
CCSU.
Yes.
They're the Blue Devils.
Okay.
Baby, basketball night in Robert Morris. Diaper dandies.
Okay.
See, that's a Dick Vitale joke.
Yes, I know. I don't like Dick Vitale. He knows.
No one knows.
Okay.
Anywho.
All right.
Hold on. You can't not like Dick Vitale.
I find him annoying.
How do you find the guy annoying?
Basketball night in America, baby.
The guy,
the Dukies.
I'll give him credit for the fact that he's
Duke, North Carolina this week, and Dickie V's annoying. Yeah.
How do you guys get off on these tangents all the time? What were we talking about?
It's really
This is
easy.
called radio, and we have 3 guys, and one of them has ADD, and that's me. I don't know about these 2.
Hey, I
And
do
nothing
too.
makes sense. Apparently, you didn't listen to the broadcast, my first ever one, whenever I was sitting outside during homecoming. Oh, God. I made no sense. Like, at least
Ernie,
I
when
make
do you
some.
ever make sense?
On RMU Live?
That's true, because I'm up there running audio
I
for
was
you.
about to say.
Well, we'll please the one woman in this room right now, and
get
hit
back on
us with some stats.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Gretchen, this is for you.
Thank you.
Okay, Sade Logan went 8 for 21 against CSU. I forgot what they were for a second there. Thanks to you, Ernie. 8 for 21, 1 for 6 from 3, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, so that's good. She had 23 points and 7 rebounds. Monet Johnson, 12 rebounds and 11 points for her 12th double-double of the year. And Kendra Williams led the assist train with 3 assists. And she also had a career best in points with 22 and 7 rebounds. Points in the paint. These are my favorite stats. All these ones down here. The points in the paint. Robert Morris had 22. The Central Connecticut had 24. Points off turnovers. We had 4. They had 21. Big difference there. That kind of hurts.
Really?
Yeah. Just a little. That's one of the major
And
differences in this
we
game.
won that game, didn't we?
No, we lost it.
That one we lost. Oh, yeah, these are the three.
Three losses in a row, Ernie.
I just said that.
Yes, I know. I was just making sure you heard
Yeah.
yourself.
No.
Second chance points were tied at 16. Fast break, we had 6. They had none. We only had 3 points off the bench, while CCSU had 22. And we also lost the rebounding war, 48-41. You look like you're going to say something.
Ouch. A tall tale.
I was about to say, you want to know why we lost that game? Points off a turnover. What was that again?
Points off of turnovers,
4 to
21 to 4 CCSU.
You want to
Yeah.
know why we're not doing so well that game? And I'm trying to look here. I think that's a recurring theme here.
3 bench points will kill you.
Yeah, that
Any
doesn't
day.
help. Any day. Okay. The
I'm
loss.
going to,
yeah,
I believe we're going to.
We got a few other little random doohicks here. The loss snapped a 7-game winning streak. CCSU at that point then jumped us for second place in the NEC, excuse me, everyone.
Northeast Conference.
Yes, the NEC. I don't know what. Never mind. And first half, this is really bad. We shot 25% from the field.
Duct tape.
And
Duct tape. I
duct
need
tape.
duct tape.
and
head's
one,
going
and
to
one,
implode.
and we went 1 for 10 from 3. 1 for 10 from 3. That's not good. Gretchen's like going, oh my god.
It's bad.
Yeah. Her
What were you talking about making a 3 points, and then we wonder what happened?
1 for 3.
Yeah.
Not good.
All right, now
Okay,
you got
jump-
also the next game this.
All right, jumping up to the game
the
Monday
Pope
against
Center.
at the Pope Center against St. Francis, New York. That was the first of the two 61-60 losses. Sade went 8 for 27, 5 for 17 from 3, 1 for 2 from the line, and 22 points. Monet Johnson went 6 for 15, 1 for 1 from 3, and 3 for 5 from the line, also scoring 22 points, grabbing 12 boards, which was her 13th double-double. Kendra Williams had 4 assists and 11 points, and Latavia Vowles rounded out the scoring with 5 points. We had 4 people score that game. 4. And
Usually we have,
Latavia,
like,
I think Latavia came off the bench.
We usually have like 9 that scores in a normal game.
It's usually it's like 6,
Yeah,
7.
6, 7.
If you get 9, you
It's-
got the entire dressed squad doing that,
Yeah,
which the
and then
guys' team did,
Yeah, I
which
was
we'll
about
come
to
up
say,
to later.
2 weekends ago, the whole greatness. I forgot who we played on the doubleheader the last couple weekends ago.
Oh, I don't remember.
No, I worked the game and I
I
don't
know.
remember. I was a sideline reporter.
Yeah. Well, time for the fun stats. Points in the paint, 16-16, both teams. Points off turnovers, we had 24, they had 16. We had 15 second chance points, they had 13. Neither team had any fast break points. St. Francis led the bench scoring 10-5, and the rebounds were pretty much even. We had 41, they had 40. This game definitely was lost at the foul line. We went all of 6 of 11 for the game from the charity stripe. That's 54%. You don't want to be anywhere near 50%. You want to be up in like the 70s at least. And I'm talking high 70s, not even like low 70s. St. Francis, they went 19 for 23 from the line. That's 82.6%. That's pretty nutty.
And once again, I'll say this sentence. You want to know why we lost that game? Free throw.
Yep.
Hello,
Hi, Mr. DeLauro.
head of all media.
Yes, he is one of the coolest people you ever meet, too.
Yes.
Okay.
And Justin, you have anything to say? You look like you were about to say something there.
No, Mr. Delore is a pretty cool guy. In fact, he's looking
I
at
was
us
talking
through the
about
window
game.
here.
Wait,
Oh.
audio?
The audio in the lobby's not
Let
on.
me do
Ernie,
it.
turn the lobby speakers on, will you?
Now we good?
Uh-oh.
Something's on. Hello?
Mr. DeLauro, can you hear us over there? He's shaking his head at us. Come on, Ernie.
Well, we were having great technical.
We're having some really technical issues. Ernie, he says never mind, don't worry about it.
All right.
Okay.
Is it something at all?
Oh well. Bye, Mr. DeLauro.
Judas Priest.
Joe Walton reference right there
Famous
from Gretchen.
quote. Joe Walton.
That was well timed, Gretchen. Well done. Let's see. Okay, getting back to what were we talking about? The St. Francis game?
Yeah, the same
Okay.
Francis game. We
we were doing free
used to
throws.
talk about how they out foul shot us.
Yes, Ernie, you're gonna love this. These are no names included, just the numbers for each person that went to the foul line.
Okay.
All right, St. Francis, they had a player that went 3 for 4, 4 for
Okay.
4, 1 for 1, 3 for 6, and 8 for 8.
8 for 8?
8 for
That's
8.
what I'm talking about.
That's
Whoa.
some good free throw shooting. Now, on the other hand, Robert Morris, we went 1 for 2, 3 for 5, and 2 for 4 from the stripe. That's it.
Next game.
Next game.
Next
I'm
game.
tapping. I'm tapping.
Ernie's tapping out, even though you don't want to hear that ended our 11-game winning streak against St. Francis.
Just an epic
Tap.
loss right there.
Tap.
Just an absolutely epic tap out loss right there for Ernie.
I'm gonna be like an evil Bret Hart and like with
I'm
the
like,
figure
this
four
is
around
like
the ring
this-
post here. The
Earl
game,
Hebner is trying to pull you off of me here.
Yes.
I'm still tapping.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. The winning point was a foul shot with 0.6 to go on the clock.
What?
Yeah, 0.6 on the clock, and
Oh
it
my God.
and it was off of a rebound play. I was looking at the play-by-play stats, and it was off a rebound play. So it either had to have been something really flagrant, or the referee was just being a total jerkwad. So.
Well, we've
put.
seen funnier things happen at the end of basketball games this week, right?
Oh, God.
Oh, you're talking about the NBA game.
Well, let's not go back there.
Let's not go back to that one.
It's called Colonial Sports Radio, not Sports Center. my
Exactly.
friend. Big thing I always yell at people.
Okay, and then moving on to last night's game against Sacred Heart, another 60-61 loss. Boo. Let's see. Sade went 9 for 25, 6 for what?
Ryan, I want to say that we are running a lot,
We
time. So let's just go to the where we lost at here.
The where we lost at? Okay. The where we lost at, well, we lost the rebounding battle, got the points off turnovers. It was actually a fairly even game, and the score shows that, so well, we may have lost it at the foul line. They went 8 for 11, we went 10 for 16, so I guess if that's where we lost it, that's where we lost it.
Yeah.
But I have to say the Sacred Heart, they are 14-0, so losing to them is not that bad
It's not as
for a
how we
conference game,
began the
but
week, because
it's not the worst, but it could be better.
Well,
So
like I
that's
said,
the-
though, we're running a lot overtime, actually.
We are way long.
We're going to take a little break, and then we're going to try to get back to the women's ice hockey. And then we're going to go there and we'll be back in about 30 seconds. Enjoy the break, guys. Can you intro this next topic for us?
Oh, what would be that next topic, Ernie?
Well, you probably
You got
are
the
gonna-
rundown sheet for me.
That would be my friend in women's ice hockey, and as we always use the theme, give him the headset. Can you just give me a little nice intro saying what we're going to be talking about? It's just something. Just give me something, because I got to hear your voice.
You
I
are the
love
PA
this.
guy, so.
We are going to be talking about 19 total goals in 2 games.
Hold on. Do it in the announcing voice here in a second. I got to
Oh,
play.
Let's intro the
we're
Yeah, I gotta
doing
play.
the.
Wait, here's an announcing voice?
Robert Morris University Colonials to the tune of Ozzy Osbourne. This is the greatest moment of my young career. I'll tell you what, guys. Great weekend for hockey. That's all you can really say about it. I talked to Nate Handrahan. He said, this team has really come together better than any other team he's had in the past couple of years. They had some tough losses last year. However, they've had pretty good goaltending. The defense has been a little suspect at times, but you got a freshman in Brianna Delaney we mentioned earlier who is, in his words, just gets better and better every single game she plays. And I'm really excited to see actually what her sister can do coming in next year.
I heard
Ooh.
about that. You told me a little bit before the show.
The
that
Delaney sisters.
That
The Delaney
there a
sisters.
possibility that she might be better. You can take off the headsets now. I was going to try to
That
get you to
is-
say and now we're talking about the women's ice hockey team like you do for the announcing.
That is what I've heard, that supposedly the younger Delaney may rival the older Delaney. So I don't know, Brianna, I don't know if she can step up her game any more than what we've seen the past couple
Could you imagine?
nights.
Seriously,
I'd love to see it if she could.
this line, young Delaney, old Delaney, Sarah O'Malley. Oh my God!
I'll tell you what, though, another girl we're missing here is Chelsea Walklin. Chelsea
Walklin
Walklin
is
does
on
a
that
lot
line,
of gritty
too.
things that definitely keeps the Colonials, when they
with
work the
Sarah.
puck along the boards and try to get it to the middle of the ice. That's what they do. They go behind the net, feed pucks into the slot. And Chelsea Walklin's a big part of dishing that puck out to Miles and Delaney right now.
Those four and somebody else on the power play. Holy scamoly! I am pumped up for next year.
That'll be
I
good.
am so excited
That'll
for
be
next
really
year.
good.
No matter
Absolutely,
what
and-
happens this weekend when they're going up against Mercer.
And Danica Butterfield, in relief of McLaughlin, has been exceptional this year.
And a lot of people know. Actually, we know her personally. I can't say the words friend of the show because she's actually a friend of us. Actually,
Yes.
we met her through good old Gretchen over there.
My friend Danica from Canada.
Danica from Canada.
That's
I
what
like
I
that.
call. That's what I call her every day when I see her.
Danica from Canada. Even though she's a liar, there's Facebook pictures of her at a Penguin game. Liar.
Real? Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, she told us about that. She said the only 2 hockey games she's ever gone to, she was forced to go to both of them.
Yeah.
So, and I think one was, I think it was a Calgary Flames game, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. And the other one was a Pens game. So.
All right. Well, we gotta talk. You gotta go in depth here about what the stats with those Sacred Heart
Stat
game.
fun.
You know what? I don't even want to hear about the Friday game. I want to hear the
You just want to go
insanity.
straight. You just want
I
to go
want to
straight.
hear the insanity that is 19-2. The reason why it's 19-2. 12.
12-0.
Who does that? Who allows up 12 goals?
A freshman goaltender.
That is so wrong.
And when there is a great question, there is a great answer, and that would be the answer.
Ernie asked me that 7 times at the hockey game on Saturday,
Making-
and that was my answer every time.
Robert Morris University making NCAA history. 3 shorthanded goals. In case you didn't catch the score, we were 3-0 shorthanded, which means maybe we could have won 4-on-5, guys.
Yeah.
The insanity about that, though, is the whole maneuvering of Sarah to defenseman, and that was basically putting another winger out there. Because she can play defenseman. She's a great two-way player.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, and it really helps the offense
Yeah.
when you add a defenseman that can join the rush over the blue line. But hit us up with some stats here, my man.
All right, here we go. We're just going straight to we were talking about putting shots on net, whatever. We had 53 shots. They only had 22. That's the first thing. You put that many pucks on net, they're bound to go in.
It was like 1 in one period, I think it was. It was
Maybe
bad.
I'd have
It was
to. I have to go
bad.
back and look. But Brianna Delaney, 2 goals, 2 assists. She was a plux. There we go.
Lux.
A +6 on the night, so she now has 15 goals on the season, 27 total points, which is goals and assists for those of you who are uninitiated, and which is a rookie scoring record for RMU.
Woo.
Hello,
Woo.
Brianna Delaney. Maria Soto had her first 3 goals of the season, and obviously her
All in one night.
yes, her first career hat trick, her first goal. Yeah, just it's a wonderful night for her. She had a 4-point night, 3 goals, 1 assist. She was a +3. Chelsea Walkland, a goal, 5 assists, so she had a 6-point night. She was a +5. She has 8 goals on the season and 12 assists. And Danica, like we said before, she had 21 saves. Brianne McLaughlin had the one when Danica was having a little issue with the skate, which she told me what she was doing, because you know how you and I were seeing her testing her skate out the whole time?
Yeah.
When she got plowed into the net early in the first period, her skate went into the post, and it took a small chunk out of her blade.
Okay, so that's what happened.
So that's why
Okay.
she was having so many problems. And then she also thought her pad came loose, so she had to go and get that checked too.
Yeah, I mean, I saw we were doing a lot of things on the bench. I wasn't like watching the ice was more important.
Yeah. Let's see. On the power play, Sacred Heart, they were 0 for 7 with 12 shots. We were 2 for 5 with 11 shots.
So we did score on a power play too.
Yeah.
That's
we-
we
the only
died.
thing-
5 special teams goals.
Yes.
The only thing we didn't score off of was a penalty shot, and Nate was calling for one whenever there was a tripping call. I
That's
believe.
true. He was calling for one. You're right. Face-offs, we won that 38-23. Like Josh said earlier, we had the goal 8 seconds in, and then with 6 seconds left in the game, which is pretty crazy. And that record 3 shorthanded goals. And the 3 stars for the game, Brianna Delaney was 3rd, Danica Butterfield was number 2, and with her first career hat trick, Maria Stowa.
Maria Stowa.
I loved how you pronounced that name. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Stowa.
Anyway, Maria was the first star of the game.
She should have been. You get a hat trick, you're
And you-
automatically number 1.
And you
Yeah.
also mentioned Chelsea Walkland in there. She doesn't even get a 3-star, and she had 4 or 5-point night.
She had a
so
6-point
I
night.
was
She
about
doesn't
to
even get a
say,
star. You
Sarah
kidding?
had like a 3.9 and she didn't get one. You know.
Oh,
There was plenty of love to go around that night.
Yes.
Yeah, if you guys hop on RMUcolonials.com and just go to the box score for that game, and you just look at what the Colonials did, it's ridiculous. Everybody but one person had a goal, or had a point rather. And I think the only reason why the one person didn't, Jessica Riley, I'm sorry to bring this up, but you spent 10 minutes in the box for a misconduct penalty, so I think that's what kept you off the scoreboard.
I actually had a small, tiny conversation with Jessica when she was in the box. You know?
Well, you do stand right next to the penalty box, so
I
it
do
makes
stand right
perfect
next
sense.
to her, and I'll tell you, she was a little distraught that the girl that she got in that little scrap with didn't get 10 minutes as well. And you can understand where she's coming from. I think Handrahan had a little bit of something to say about that too.
Last thing I'm going to say about this, and then we're going to go to the men's scoreboard. If we got a 10-minute then, how the heck did we not get a 10 minutes whenever the Merciers came into town? Because that was
Oh,
ridiculous.
those scrums were ridiculous.
Like I said, I'm not going to say what the conversation we had with
with Danica?
with Brianna
Oh,
and
with
Sarah
Brianna.
yesterday when we shot our commercial.
Yeah.
But it's an epic idea.
Yes.
I'll tell you guys off air. But
Yeah.
we're going to we hit the 30-minute mark. That means we're going to go jump from the women's to the men's. So, Gretchen, hit me up.
Alrighty, well, if you take a look at the men's ice hockey, they haven't been doing as well as we could probably hope. Robert Morris against Niagara, 2-4. Leading scorer of this game, Chris Margot, who, as everyone knows, is in the Final Four with the only 2 goals in that game. Again, Robert Morris versus Niagara, 3-6. And the leading scorer in this game is, someone's going to have to help me because I can't pronounce his name.
that Igor.
Igor.
Is that Igor guy? Yeah.
Igor Miranov or Miranov.
Yes.
As
With
opposed
2.
to Igor from
No,
our
the-
tennis team.
Okay. I thought you were going to say something else. All right, men's basketball, Sacred Heart, Robert Morris, 79-85. Leading scorer of this game was Rob Robinson with a total of 10 and 12 from the field and 3s combined.
There we go.
Men's ice hockey.
What can you say?
Facepalm.jpg.
Face palm. Oh, men's ice hockey.
Yeah, I actually
we
have.
were having this discussion. The only thing we really can't say, vote for Chris Margot for the Final Four, and also
the Frozen Four skills
and
competition.
also because before I get yelled at by anybody else on the women's ice hockey team, also Brianne McLaughlin and Kristen Miles, all 3 of them, vote for them for the Final Four going into there. So we definitely got to get some representation from there, from Bob to DC.
DC.
And also, Sade Logan, you got to vote for her for the Dapper Dan Sportswoman of the Year.
Oh, good call, Gretchen.
I was
Absolutely, top 4, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's 1 of 4. She's actually the only athlete that got qualified. I think one of them was like a female coach.
I think like a Tomlinson's up there for that too. So vote for an athlete, everybody.
You can vote once a day, so go online and vote.
Hey.
Vote, vote, vote.
Vote.
Do you please tell me you don't have anything? You do.
I do, but I'm just
Just tell me, why should I not be disgruntled about men's ice hockey?
Well, for one thing, we actually scored first in both games.
Holy scumhola.
Thank
At least
you.
I think we scored first in both games. It's definitely there.
Just
and-
it sounds good. Just
Yeah,
stick
we
with
did.
That, yeah.
We did. Let's see, what else is there? Actually, the quote from Coach Derek Schooley was pretty good. They said at the end of the game
Is it
after the first
something
loss.
more than yes?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Oh, yeah. This is a 2-liner.
This,
On the
That-
this is like a 2-liner
we
on the
might need
internet.
to get this framed because he usually doesn't say 2-liners.
Yeah. Well, it's actually 2 full sentences.
Wow.
Yeah, it says, quote from Coach Derek Schooley after the first loss to Niagara. It's, quote, "We played hard and we bounced back from a rough weekend. At the end of the day, Niagara were more opportunistic around the net, and Pellegrino, which is the goaltender for Niagara,
You were right.
was excellent, and that was the difference." Close quote.
Close quote.
Close quote. So it was a pretty short, simple quote, but it sums it up, you know.
Yeah, that sums up basically the whole weekend because they did get beat 2 times.
Mhm.
Justin, you always look like you got something to say.
No, there's teams playing. I want to say that they're playing harder. They're really. There's been a change of captains a lot over the past couple games, but I think Cowan, those guys have really stepped up as far as leading the team, and they're going through a tough stretch right now. But they are young, and they're looking forward. What they really need to do is get their goaltending situation handled.
Yeah, we were talking about before we went on air. It's basically musical goaltender was going on with the men's team,
Got a bunch
as
of young
opposed to
guys,
the 2 solid ones for the women's team.
and right now they're kind of being thrown into the fire, and there's a lot of pressure on them. Let's face it. They're playing some tough competition right now. They're in a very tough conference.
It's not going to get easier next year.
No,
No.
not at
Oh.
all.
No.
And we get to play Mercyhurst in 2 forms of ice hockey.
Oh, joy.
Yay!
Exciting.
Just to give everybody some backstory, the media guys were running their mouths to me, so you know what they were saying on the ice.
Oh, dear.
So that's why I'm not necessarily the biggest
Well,
Mercyhurst fan.
Rival school.
Cowan did tell me that he's going to be excited that he's not going to have to be around for this conference change.
Wait, is he
Even-
graduating, or I thought he was?
You know what? He's not graduating. He has one
Wait,
more
isn't
year
it
here,
next
but
year they're going to be conferenceless? Is that what's going on?
exactly. And then the following year is when they're going to actually be considered in that conference.
Right. Yeah. When you change conferences, there's usually a season grace period.
Right, you have one season where you're independent.
Mm-hmm.
Is what
So
happens.
who are we gonna play? Like Notre Dame every weekend? Is that what's gonna happen? I mean, Pitt? Are we gonna be playing like the club teams? What's going on?
You'll see a lot of the same for the most part next year, just without the conference logo, basically. You'll probably have Ohio State in there. As we've had.
yes,
showcase.
because we need that game.
Yeah,
We need to shoot the puck
that was-
directly in front of the Ohio State logo. Oh, thank God Cohen did not come
That
on
was
this show.
tough to swallow at Mellon Arena. Let me tell you, I was there for that. That was a tough pill to swallow, taking on Ohio State on that grand
It was
stage.
awesome versus the Purple Eagles in the first game. It was awesome. And then the men's team hit the ice.
That's
Oh.
true. Hey, Ernie, I will brighten your day a little bit with the first game at least. We did
You
outshoot
already
them.
told us Chris Margot
No,
scored a goal.
besides Chris Margot scoring the goal, we actually outshot them 45.
I love Chris Margot.
45 to 31.
Yeah, I was about to say this was like how many you interviewed Chris a long time ago after
Long time ago, but I have some classes with them.
that. Okay.
Nice.
I have no classes with no athletes because I'm always in the AMC.
Yes. Poor
Whatever.
Ernie. He lives in the bunker.
Basically. All right, well, I want to quickly go into the men's basketball, or at least let's go into there for a short while before we take another break.
All right.
So let's
Let's go to the first.
We only got one game, so let's stick with hockey.
No, there's 2 games.
2 games?
There's 2 games. Yes,
okay,
2
so
games.
Let's just stick with hockey.
You want to just stick with hockey?
Yeah,
and then
let's
we'll...
just stick with hockey. Everyone say stick with hockey?
Hey,
Okay.
I love hockey.
Hey, it's a
And we don't
democratic
have
society
phones,
in here.
so oh well.
What?
We don't have phone line, so oh well. If we
Not
had
yet,
a
at least.
phone line, that would add more problems to this show.
It just might.
We would be still off air, I think.
Callers would be outside the window.
There would be like knock, knock, knock. We would have to open the window. It'd be like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Wow, we just had a Mr. Rogers Neighborhood reference. Are you kidding me?
It's me.
It's
You
true.
never know what you're gonna get with Ernie.
No. He's a ball of surprises.
Mr. Rogers,
Very
epic,
unpredictable.
as always.
We need the red light in here, like the freaking traffic sign that he had in here. We need to get that in here.
Oh, yeah, we need to get a traffic light in here. That'd be kind of fun.
Just
Instead of
get one
John-
in here and put it on the board. The
Put it
epic
on
word
this side.
counter.
Right next to
Right on Rihanna. Right
Yeah,
there.
well, yeah.
Right next to Rihanna.
No, we're not going to put it on Rihanna. We're going to put it next to Rihanna. We can't cover up Rihanna. Come on.
Girl's been through a lot lately.
I know, really, but
Whoa.
we
That's an
digress.
understatement. That's an-
Hey, you say we get off topic?
Okay, sorry. I just love my Rihanna.
I know. Okay,
All right,
I
next
don't
topic.
even know who she is.
that's because Ernie, you're not big into music.
What?
You're not big into music. That's why.
Lincoln Park.
How could you not be into music?
Lincoln Park.
Okay, Lincoln Park's good. You're
Okay.
good.
Wow, we've been going. I was about to
Any-
say let's stay with hockey, and we've been going off for like 2 minutes about everything but hockey.
What were you
Yes.
talking about? Chris Margot.
Men's
Yeah,
hockey,
that-
women's hockey. Which one are we talking about?
Men's
Men's.
Men's? Okay.
You seriously forgot?
I didn't know if you were backtracking.
No, men's.
Okay. What else you want to know, Ernie?
Anything else that you saw interesting?
Well, in the second game, Kyle Burton, Scott. Oh God, names I can't pronounce.
Kobiakov.
Thank you. And how about the other one, Chris?
Kishnarik,
Yes.
I do believe. Yes.
Okay. Well, it's nice.
God, I love having the
It's
PA
nice having the
announcer
PA
here.
guy here.
I love it.
Anyway, in order, the 3 of them all had goals. Kyle got his 6th of the season. Scott got his 4th, and the other Chris on the
Kushnerek.
team. Yes.
The other Chris.
Yes. Got his 7th, which was a shorty, and it was his first ever.
What did we all just say that everybody had to bet on something on shorthanded? Is that what happened in the locker room this
I
weekend?
guess.
I don't know. The girls definitely won that battle.
Yeah, I
though.
was about to say
Yeah.
whoever won that bet or whoever made that bet for the
I hope
men-
there wasn't a lot of money invested in that.
No.
Yeah.
Sarah Melly's going to be going to freaking ground round or something.
Ground round. Right across the street from campus if anyone's trying to figure out where it is.
What's the actual phrase that you have to say every week?
Hey, I just read what I'm given.
Well, yeah, I gotta give you something for this.
I
That's
just
odd.
do what they tell me.
That's kind of like what we do here. Only I do the whole telling and saying.
I'll tell you what though, the Wendy's promo, they've got to extend that because right now it goes up to 6 goals. You get your classic single combo meal or whatever.
Oh, Ernie,
Which I
so
took
Ernie and I
full
so took
advantage
advantage
of
of that.
We doubled the classic single combo meal deal.
So I wanted the number 2. I was like about to say.
Yes. At least make it a double.
Because the single's not filled.
No.
All right, well, you know what? We're going to take a break here, and then we're going to go into the week that is going to happen in the men's basketball. So we'll be right back here in about 30 seconds. Stay tuned, everybody. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, yes, I had to go with the Valentine's Day from Lincoln Park. Come on.
You know, Gretchen and I were just talking. Valentine's Day is our forced holiday here. You know, she mentioned her pink nail polish, which is very cute, by the way.
Thank you.
But, you know, it makes, as you said, lonely people lonelier, and couples fight and bicker and, you know, be fake toward each other. You know, we need to start a new trend here. Instead of, you know, spending money to order bears and flowers and candy that make us fat and we throw away the flowers.
See, I don't know why people don't do what I do. Super Bowl. That's my February holiday. Seriously.
I like that thinking.
Seriously, who cares about... I don't need another special day to buy flowers for every girl I'm dating. I don't need that.
So tomorrow, make sure that your loved one knows that you care about them, but also, you know, don't break the bank and, you know, expect that if she really loves you, this is in my opinion, you know, she'll love you regardless of whether you maybe spend that $50. Now, if you're in the doghouse and want to get some bonus points, it's a great way to do it, guys.
Yeah.
And being the only girl in the studio, I feel obligated to say that girls don't really care about teddy bears. They don't really like flowers because they die. And chocolates just make us fat. So they would really like to have a nice handwritten card. Take some notes.
Ernie's taking some epic notes right now.
Yes, Ernie's taking notes for...
Write her a poem, write her a song, a letter. You got that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And
All right, so when you're done with your notes there, Ernie, we're going to move on to some men's basketball.
Yeah. I do want to say, though, so I want to go off on a mini tangent here. You're saying do something nice. Since the Winter Formal was canceled and everyone that freaking bailed on us.
What?
You didn't hear about this?
Well, I was going to go, but I decided not to go at the last minute because...
It's canceled. I'm yelling at everybody who said, no, I'm not going. I want the Selwall Center filled. Completely filled.
It was down at Crown Plaza this year, not the Soul Center.
Yeah, it's a
No, I'm talking tomorrow.
Oh.
Since they're not doing that dance, I better see a sea of white, red, blue. I don't care what you wear. What color. I want a color block out. I want to see nothing but Robert Morris fans. I'm tired of everyone saying, we don't do anything on this campus, and then that stuff happens.
Exactly. I totally hear you.
I better see that, and next weekend, I better see a packed house for women's ice hockey. I know I say that, but still, I want to see a packed house at the Clearview tonight, and tomorrow at Selwall or Clearview. I don't care. I want fans. Men's basketball.
Anyway.
Do you feel better now that you got that all off your chest?
Oh, God. I've been wanting to yell that for a while.
Okay, then. Moving on to men's basketball. We'll start with the Saturday game against CCSU, the back end of men's-women's double dip up there in New Britain, Connecticut. What?
I was going to do the Dookie Blue Devils thing again.
Oh, no.
Well,
go continue.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't. The win moved Robert Moore. Wait, did we win that? Yes, we did. The win moved us. We played a
basketball game against somebody not called Pitt. We probably won.
We probably won it. You're right. That moved us to 17-8 on the season, 11-1 inside the conference. Let's see, clinches our fourth straight winning season. The first time we've done that since 1988 to 1992. Also, the 15th straight NEC road win. That's improving on the record. We clinched a spot in the NEC tournament.
And hopefully we'll be hosting that.
Hopefully.
Actually. And not have the same fate as the volleyball team did, which was a heartbreaker.
Oh, don't remind me of that.
Winter sports here, guys. Winter sports.
Sorry.
Let's keep it that way.
That's why I told him not to remind me of that. Going to the scoring, Jimmy Longhurst led the way with going 6 of 11, 4 for 7 from 3, and 2 for 2 from the stripe for 18. Jeremy Chappelle went 5 for 11, 3 for 8 from 3, and again 2 for 2 from the line with 15. He also had 3 steals and 3 blocks.
The Chappelle Show.
I was waiting for that.
Prince was impressed.
I can
Game blouses.
Yes, I could see you priming that, waiting for me to finish. Now I lost track. Okay, Rob Robinson. See, when people do that, I lose my track of what I'm doing. Rob Robinson, 4 for 8, no trips from 3, and 1 for 4 from the line for 9 points, 14 rebounds, 3 blocks. Still searching for that first career double-double. Missed it by a point. And Gary Wallace led the assist train with 4. Going to
He
the.
is made of lightning. Gary Wallace.
Mm-hmm. And now to my favorite, the fun stats. Points in the paint, Robert Morris 18, CCSU 28. Interesting.
We actually got beat inside. That's kind of different.
That's backwards.
Yeah.
Very backwards. Points off turnovers, pretty even. We had 14, they had 16. Second chance points, they had 13, we had 7. We had no fast break points.
A goose egg if they had 6, if I'm reading that correct.
Yes, you are, Ernie. Well done.
I can read. Yes.
The bench scoring, 18 for them, 14 for us. And we had 38 rebounds. They had 32. I'm going to go on another free throw rant if you'll let me.
Go ahead. We have
Okay.
time.
Once again, the Robert Morris men, they went 5 for 10 from the stripe.
CCSU, I believe they went
9 for 20. Neither team shot very well from the stripe.
No, and what I'm going to say, though, is that Robert Morris got beat in just about every aspect that we always say that you need to win in.
Yeah.
And they still won. And I find that a very detailed in character, if I would say that. Coach Wright's definitely had no heads in the game.
Mm-hmm. So that was different. Oh, there's a nice one. You know how we were talking about going 1 for 10 from the from 3-point range earlier or something like that? CCSU men did that too.
But they don't have Sharday Logan.
That's true.
Who can do this with their eyes closed.
But still.
All right, now let's go to last night's game.
Last night's game against Sacred Heart.
Good old Sacred Heart and
Yes.
Dr. Kelso and Elliot Woods.
And all
the
that fun stuff.
same jokes we must make.
Yes. Okay, that was a 85-79 win for Robert Morris, moving us to 18-8, 12-1 in the conference. Jeremy Chappelle, 8 for 14, 4 for 8 from 3-point range, and 2 for 2 from the stripe for 22. Also had 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, and 2 steals.
The Chappelle Show.
Thank you.
Prince is impressed.
Rob Robinson, 10 for 12 from the field, and that's the only place he shot from. Never made a trip to the stripe. That's really odd for a big man.
I was about to say, no
So-
Hacker Chappelle.
No Hacker Rob.
No Hacker Rob.
No Hacker Rob.
Sorry, I got my guys confused.
Yes, you
there.
did. Robinson also had 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and a steal.
I was about to say the obligatory block from Rob Robinson.
Yes. All nine players that dressed last night had at least 2 points, which is, I told you that happened.
We'll take it.
I'll take any of that.
Yes.
Maybe the girls can take a little something from that.
Yeah, really. That would help a
Or
lot.
3-point shooting.
Yes. All right, fun stats.
Short A Logan's going to find me and kill me.
Yes,
Bionic Woman's going to pop through this window.
I'd be scared if I was you, Ernie.
Yeah.
Yes. Ernie, be afraid. Be very, very afraid. Anyway, the fun stats. Points in the paint. SHU 28. We had 34. Points off turnovers. We lost that battle 18-11. But we won the second chance points 12-3. Fast break, we won 10-4. And bench points, here's the big one. 21-12, us. Always nice.
That's reversed points there. I love that.
It's a nice little mirror image on my
Yeah,
paper
nice
here.
little-
I like that.
Uh,
And to make me feel a little better about the free throw shooting, the men went 18 for 23 for
so a lot
78.3%.
better last minute.
So I feel a lot better about
feels
that.
a lot better.
So I think they just had an off night against CCSU.
But still, I mean, do what they're doing against the NCE is a really big thing. I mean, Jamie Dixon, after the game we played against Pitt, said we were going to run away with the conference, and it's starting to show this is obvious that's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Good, big props to Jamie Dixon. I know I said that last week, but props to him for
We got to mention that anytime whenever
he's a good man.
coach of a top 5 program says anything great about yours.
Mm-hmm. When a Big East coach is saying stuff about you and it's good things, it's good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rob Robertson tied a career high with those 20 points. And this game was actually pretty close at half.
He still hasn't picked up his first career double-double.
No,
That's really.
he's either a point shy or a rebound shy.
It's really kind of disappointing because he's a really good player, and I'm surprised he hasn't got one yet.
He'll get them.
Yeah, I know.
I have faith.
A double-double with rebounds and blocks. Maybe that might happen.
That would be insane if someone pulled that off.
That would be so easy to highlight the cut.
Yes, that would be like the greatest piece of highlight ever. That's like on your way to getting a quad double, but that's
That's
even
what
harder.
I was talking about, the quad double.
Yes.
Quadruple double, baby.
Quadruple.
Okay,
That was my little note from the LeBrons.
Oh, okay. I was
Okay.
about to say.
I was like, where the heck did that come from?
12 rebounds, 14 blocks.
Yeah.
Quadruple double, baby.
Do the arm motions here. I
Oh,
wish we
yeah,
had the
the-
webcam going.
Yes.
So I can. I think we finally might get that in there.
Yeah, they were working on it today, so we might get that soon. One other little tidbit: Chappelle and Robinson, they combined for a total for 42 of the team's points. That's basically half.
I was about to say that's ridiculous.
Yeah, 19 rebounds between them, and combined they shot 69.2%. That's a pretty good day for two guys.
69% from the field.
Yeah,
69%.
Lighten it up, baby.
That's-
Chappelle show.
that's pretty good.
Chappelle and Robinson.
And
show.
Robinson. Yep.
We gotta find a nickname for Robinson. We gotta get something in there. We can't just keep on saying the Chappelle Show and Princess of Press. We gotta get something for Robinson.
He's Rob Squared.
Rob Square. R Square.
No, Rob Squared.
Rob Squared?
Yeah, because Robinson. He's got Rob in both parts of his name.
Oh yeah.
Rob Squared.
Wait, I still don't get it.
Spell out his name, Gretchen.
Gretchen, write out Rob, R-O-B.
ROBINSON.
Yeah.
We are having the best radio
Now
show.
write Rob on top of
Now
Robinson.
yeah.
And you should have two of something.
2 Robs.
Square.
Rob Squared.
Square is 4 sides.
We're talking
Yeah,
math
it's
here.
a math equation.
Oh, like something times something is squared.
Something multiplied by itself is squared.
Is squared.
Yeah. So
So
2 Robs.
really-
Like,
You're in the media arts department. Thankfully, we
Yes,
are
I
not.
don't-
I'm
in
done with
the
math.
I was
mathematics
about to say
department.
don't take math here.
yeah. There's a reason why I call myself B squared.
It should be this then, because
What?
it's like Rob
B.
to the 4th power.
Rob to the
it's
fourth-
Rob to the second power.
Oh, Rob to the 2nd power. Okay, so
But
that's
Rob to the
how.
Mark
fourth
this
power
down.
does
This-
sound pretty cooler than Rob to the second power.
Feeling a t-shirt idea here.
Yeah, I
Rob
was
to the
about
second
say,
power, yeah.
Whoever's good at Photoshop, I will ECBST@MailRMU. That's my account. I want that T-shirt, and I want a phrase for the women's ice hockey game for that 12-0. I want those T-shirts. Email them to me.
Oh, nice. I do. Hey, I want to kind of jump ship real quick and
Yeah.
jump into from basketball to lacrosse because the men's got their season started.
Yes, and we only got about 5 minutes.
We only got 5 minutes, so I'm going to get through this quick. Unfortunately, on Saturday, or last Saturday the 7th, the men had to go down to play UNC at Chapel Hill.
Number 8 team in the nation.
Thank you. And unfortunately, we lost 16-4. But you're playing the number 8 team in the nation, and we're picked last in the conference in the CAA. So
Do the math.
do the math. Yeah, exactly. So 4 goals, not too bad. One of which was actually from a local boy, Rob Marasati, or Marasiti, Marasti. He's from Mount Lebanon, so I thought I'd just throw that out there that we got one local boy on the team.
How many Canadians?
I counted at least 2.
2?
Yes.
Okay, we got to get them on the show.
Yes. We have this running joke here. If you're Canadian and you're on a sports team, please come down and see us because
Yes.
it's just funny. We love it. We love Canadians.
And that was
Speak
his-
for yourself, guys. No, I'm
Your
totally
best
kidding.
friend-
Your best friend's a
I know,
Canadian.
I
was
know.
about to say, Danica's going to come jumping right after Logan.
Yeah.
It's going to look like an action film. Those tears is going to jump. Boom! What the heck?
Here
Oh,
comes Danica.
man. That'd be great. Hey,
Anyway,
a shining note
Hold
for...
on.
I have a shining...
Gretchen, I think, has something to say here.
What? She's just
Or
staring
no.
at us blankly.
no, I'm saying keep on going.
Okay.
Oh.
There was another really good note for the guys on the lacrosse team.
Lacrosse pitch? What would it be?
No, on the lacrosse team.
Team?
It's not a pitch; it's a field.
Okay.
Pitch is
whatever.
soccer. We did go 1 for 5 with a man advantage, so we do have a good power. We do have a power play that can score in the lacrosse team, so that's a good
And
thing.
against UNC, not UNC Central C, so that's a big thing.
Right. It's not like it's like UNC Asheville or something.
All right,
but
well-
any East Coast team, whatever.
Well, this weekend doesn't get a whole lot easier. Home opener tomorrow
Against Penn State
against Penn State.
at Joe Walton Stadium.
Yeah, come out, see the boys.
1 o'clock start.
1 o'clock soccer. And let's get into what's going to happen the next week since we're going to be running out here. in
Yeah,
3
we're
minutes.
getting a little tight on time, so we'll just jump straight into that. Women's hockey today and tomorrow at Mercyhurst. Tonight they have a 7 o'clock puck drop tomorrow afternoon at 2.
So it's
up in
probably
Erie.
a doubleheader with Mercyhurst. That's what usually happens.
It might be. And we're waving at people again. That's usually my job. Anyway, women's basketball. Tomorrow night, the 14th, versus Quinnipiac at home, 4 o'clock tip. Men's hockey, Saturday and Sunday, the 14th and 15th, against Bemidji State, 7:35 on Saturday,
At the Clearview
5:05.
Arena.
Yes, 5:05 on Sunday at Clearview Island Sports Complex down on Neville Island. Men's basketball Saturday the 14th at home at the Sewell Center against Quinnipiac, a 7 o'clock start there. And as we just mentioned a minute ago, men's lacrosse has their home opener Saturday the 14th, which is tomorrow, against Penn State at Joe Walton Stadium, 1 o'clock face-off.
That's going to be an
Sounds like a
interesting
very
Busy
entertaining
weekend.
couple of weeks here.
I was about to say,
That's a pretty action-packed weekend, so
You know,
plan wisely.
Yeah, and looking ahead here, we mentioned guys hockey this weekend, girls hockey the following weekend. Come on out, support your Colonials all the way
support them
around.
everywhere. Especially you people that canceled on freaking going to the Winter Formal.
Yeah. Oh, I do have one thing I want to plug. Also, the men's Division III club team, they're in regionals this weekend out in Philadelphia. So guys, go out there, raise a little cane, and come back and move on in the tournament. So
Well, good
big
luck
ups
to
to you
them,
guys.
so, as always, well, we're about 2 minutes. Any closing thoughts, everybody?
I have one thing to say, just in honor of Valentine's Day. I just want to tell all of you guys that I love you.
We love you too, Gretchen.
Thanks,
love you
guys.
too.
Thank you.
That's a little early. We've only known each other a short period of time.
I know, but you know what?
Say only since yesterday.
Yeah, you've only
I'm
known
trying to
Gretchen
rush
for like an
anything,
hour.
okay?
Right, Justin, you got anything to close out?
Hey, tomorrow I'll be there 11:30, nice and early. If you can help me out with some lacrosse rules, that'd be great. I'm a freshman here on campus, so I take my PA announcing seriously here. So all the Canadians are going to get on me. I got a couple Canuckers in my dorm, so
Canuckers.
they're going to come down here and give me the old pass, shoot, score there, So come on down. Like I said, support your Colonials, whether it's at the rink, on the field, in the court. Come out and support them, baby.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, you have anything to close out?
Definitely go out and see something, you guys, because we need people at the sporting events everywhere. Go out, see them, say hi. I know the women's basketball team, they actually come out into the stands and thank you for coming because there's so few people there. So just go out there, support the teams like Justin was just saying, and just have a little fun.
Be like Matthew Ferris.
Ah,
That's
Matt
what I'm
Ferris.
saying.
Ernie,
And the
final
only thing
thought
else
from
I'm
you.
going to say is that we are going to be heading out here. I'm going to be at the basketball game tomorrow for filming TV, and we're hopefully going to have some audio stuff. And we should be online starting soon. We're online now at RMU Radio, Campus Your Voice, and we should be going on the RMU webpage, Colonial's webpage. So definitely check us out there. Thank you, everybody, for listening. For everybody here, I'm Ernie Bernard. This has been us on Colonial Sports. Have a great weekend.
We
Go
gone.
Colonials.